Okay, so I'll show you how to solve completing the square method using Mr. Sakala's method. First of all, before I proceed, let me solve this one using the general method. So what you do is that we're going to factor out -1, and then I'm going to remain with x right here. Here I'm going to have -2x, and then here also it will be -5, right? And then I'm going to say that I'm going to divide this by 2, so it's going to be -1, right? So here, when I divide this by, when I multiply this times, let me just say -2 times 1 over 2 is going to give me -1. So let me write -2x, and I'm going to say plus this -1a squared minus -1a again squared, and then minus 5 there. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this and this, which is the x and the -1. Then I'll put them both in say squared, power 2. And then since I've dealt with this part, I'm just gonna write this part negative, which is negative this minus 5. And then here I'm going to have x minus 1 raised to the power of 2 minus this one is going to give me 1. It will give me positive 1, right? Minus 5. And here I'm going to have x minus 1 squared negative 6a. And then I'm going to multiply this times this, it will be negative x minus 1 squared. This times this, it will be positive 6. So this is how you solve the commonly known method, right? Now Mr. Sakala's method is quite different, and here is how it goes. Okay, but it leads to the same answers, but it's just that it just approaches this differently. Okay, so Mr. Sakala approaches this differently. Okay, so his method goes like this. So what it does is that it's going to factor out -1, but what it does is that, remember, when we're factoring out, to just divide in two by -1, -1, and this one. Now for him, it begins by focusing on this part. So here you're going to have x squared minus 2x. Just -2x there. And then this other part is not going to divide to, it like takes it out. It takes out the 5. Okay, it's like it's going to first begin by focusing on this part, and then this one is just going to add it to this one. Then after doing this, because you can reverse this, right, by multiplying negative times this one times this one. It's going to bring you back to this. Okay, we can go back to this by just expanding. Okay, so this is how Mr. Sakala solved it. And then now, after doing this, it's now going to divide you. You will get the coefficient of this one, -2 divided by or times 1 over 2. That's going to give you -1. So it's going to say, then to solve this method, you're going to say that x squared minus 2x, the same way that we do, we're going to say plus -1 squared plus -1 squared and minus -1 squared, okay, in brackets, and then you add plus 5. Okay, then you're going to deal with this, what is inside here. What do? We're going to get this x, and I write this -1 here, the -1 squared. So far I've dealt with this. Okay, I've dealt with this, and I've only remained with what? Negative with this one raised to the power of 2. Yes, these are still in brackets. Then you add 5. Okay, and then you're going to simplify this part a. So you're going to have x minus 1 squared, and you're going to say, when you multiply this, first this one is going to give you just positive 1, right? You're going to get positive 1, and then say plus 5. Then here you're going to have x minus 1 raised to the power of 2 minus what? Minus 1. Okay, this is positive 1 here. And then now you're going to say plus 5. Now you're going to multiply this with this with this, and you're going to have negative x minus 1 raised to the power of 2. And then this time this, we are going to have positive 1 plus 5. Okay, and then now you're going to say that 1 plus 5, it will give you plus 6, positive 6. And as you can see, we've still gotten the same answers. So this is how Mr. Sakala solves complete square method, because somebody asked me like, how can I go about it? This is how he has, so this is the method he has used in the handout. I hope that you have understood and you've seen the differences. So just the trick part is just A. Okay, it's like dealing with this initially, then taking out the positive 5, but the answers will still give you the same thing.